you feel stuck. Not because you're broken, not because you're weak, but because you've been lied to. You've been told your feelings are facts, that if you don't feel like it, you shouldn't do it. That pain is a problem, that discomfort means stop. But here's the truth. Your feelings are not your compass, they're your cage. Every time you hit snooze, every time you scroll instead of work, every time you choose silence over truth, comfort over chaos, escape over effort, you betray yourself. Because the voice in your head whispers, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not ready. I just don't feel like it." That voice isn't your guide, it's your enemy. Discipline doesn't start with motivation. It starts where your feelings end. And in this video, you're going to destroy 5 of the biggest lies your emotions have used to keep you weak. We'll expose them, break them, kill them, and replace them with Stoic laws so sharp they cut through your excuses, the motivation trap, the overthinking loop, the reactivity lie, the identity cage, the comfort addiction. This isn't self-help. This isn't dopamine. This is war, and the battlefield is your mind. You've already felt the cost, that quiet shame, that moment when the day ends, and you know you ran again. That ends now. Because at the end of this video, you'll be handed one final protocol, the one thing that flips your life, but only if you make it that far. So if you're ready to kill the lies and rise as the man you were meant to be, let's begin. Law 1. Kill the feeling first lie. You don't rise to your feelings, you fall to your standard. And for most men, that standard is mood-based garbage. You're waiting for motivation, that sudden surge of energy, that perfect moment when you feel ready. But here's the trap. You don't need motivation, you need movement. Motivation is a reaction. It's the result of doing the work, not the cause. Yet most men, they sit, they wait, they scroll, they treat action like a mood. And when the mood doesn't show up, they do nothing. And then they wonder why they feel like failures, because they believe the lie. If I don't feel like doing it, it means I shouldn't. But the Stoic knows better. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Translation: start now. You don't wait for courage to strike. You strike. You don't wait for inspiration. You move until it appears. You don't wait to feel ready. You act until you are. Motivation is fragile. It disappears when you're tired, when you're stressed, when things get messy. But protocol, that's permanent. Command yourself like a soldier. Follow the plan like a machine, not because you feel like it, but because the law demands it. Set the alarm. Wake up. Feet hit the floor. Don't ask yourself how you feel. Don't check if you're in the mood. That's the old you, the slave to feelings. Now, you serve something stronger. You don't follow moods, you follow mission. You don't serve motivation, you serve law. Every time you move without motivation, you build a new identity. The man who acts, no matter what, and over time, that man becomes unstoppable. So next time your brain says, "I'm not motivated," you say, "I didn't ask," then move. Whispers, "I need clarity before I can move." That lie keeps men trapped for years. Not because they're lazy, not because they're weak, but because they think they're being smart by figuring it all out first. You're waiting for motivation, that sudden surge of energy, that perfect moment when you feel ready. But here's the trap. You don't need motivation, you need movement. Motivation is a reaction. It's the result of doing the work, not the cause. Yet most men, they sit, they wait, they scroll, they treat action like a mood. And when the mood doesn't show up, they do nothing. And then they wonder why they feel like failures, because they believe the lie. If I don't feel like doing it, it means I shouldn't. But the Stoic knows better. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Translation: start now. You don't wait for courage to strike. You strike. You don't wait for inspiration. You move until it appears. You don't wait to feel ready. You act until you are. Motivation is fragile. It disappears when you're tired, when you're stressed, when things get messy. But protocol, that's permanent. Command yourself like a soldier. Follow the plan like a machine, not because you feel like it, but because the law demands it. Set the alarm. Wake up. Feet hit the floor. Don't ask yourself how you feel. Don't check if you're in the mood. That's the old you, the slave to feelings. Now, you serve something stronger. You don't follow moods. You follow mission. You don't serve motivation. You serve law. Every time you move without motivation, you build a new identity. The man who acts, no matter what, and over time, that man becomes unstoppable. So next time your brain says, "I'm not motivated," you say, "I didn't ask," then move. Law 3. Kill the reactivity lie. The one that says, "If I feel it, it must mean something." That's how most men get played, not by enemies, but by their own nervous system. They said if you feel it, you should express it. That anger, that jealousy, that insult. But here's the lie. Reacting isn't strength. It's slavery. Every time you snap, lose control, explode, you confirm it. You're not the commander. You're the puppet. You think your rage makes you strong? That lashing out is power? It's not. It's a leak. And every emotional reaction bleeds your control. The Stoic doesn't react. He responds. He pauses. He breathes. He chooses. Not to be passive, but to stay in command. If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Epictetus. Translation: your buttons are your responsibility. That moment when someone disrespects you, the moment your pride burns and you want to snap, that's the exact moment. You hold the line, pause, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, respond from law, not emotion. Evaluate. Is what I'm about to say a strategy or a tantrum? If it's a tantrum, swallow it. One man shouts, puffs his chest, throws a fit. Another man stays calm, observes, moves with precision. Which one do you fear more? That's control. That's Stoicism. You're not emotional. You're undisciplined. You're not just expressive. You're unstable. But that changes now, because the next time your feelings rise, you don't explode. You execute. Stillness is a superpower. Law 4. Kill the identity lie. The one that says, "This is just who I am." That's not identity. That's a cop-out. That's emotional resignation wrapped in fake self-awareness. You've said it. That's just who I am. I've always been like this. I'm not that kind of person. But here's the truth. You don't know who you are. You know who you've practiced being. You've rehearsed doubt. You've repeated excuses. You've built habits of smallness, and then called them your personality. Introvert, anxious, lazy. Those aren't traits. They're habits you've reinforced and protected. And the worst part, you wear your cage like armor, because at least it's familiar. But familiar doesn't mean safe, and it damn sure doesn't mean free. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. Translation: identity isn't discovered, it's forged. You want to change how you see yourself, then change what you do. Act like the man you want to become, before you believe you are him, and then keep doing it until your mind catches up. The liar says, "I'm just not confident." The Stoic says, confidence is a byproduct of reps. The weak man says, "I'm not a leader." The Stoic says, "Then lead anyway, quietly." The old self says, "That's not me." The new self says, "That's who I'm becoming." Your identity is not fixed. It's programmable, and every action is a line of code. You want to become unstoppable? Then override the old script. Start today with one act that your current self would avoid, but your future self would be proud of, and then repeat. You are not your feelings. You are not your past. You are not your old labels. You are what you choose to build next. Law 5. Kill the comfort lie. The one that says, I deserve to feel good. No. What you deserve is the consequence of your habits, good or bad. Comfort is killing you. Not quickly, not loudly, but silently. It looks like ease. It feels like safety. But it's erosion. Every time you choose the soft option, you shrink. Every time you dodge discomfort, you train your mind to seek sedation instead of strength. Netflix, scrolling, food, comfort zones, they're not rewards, they're drugs. They're numbing you, keeping you passive, turning your life into a padded prison. We must all undergo a hard winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared. Epictetus. Translation: the pain is the prep, and if you avoid it, you'll never be ready for war. You say you want resilience, but avoid every chance to build it. You say you want growth, but stay where it's warm. You say you want greatness, but live like comfort is king. Discomfort creates. Comfort decays. Every win you want lives on the other side of effort, and you know it. You feel it when you skip the workout. You feel it when you close the laptop early. You feel it when you quit before it burns. That shame, that guilt, that's your potential. Screaming. Set rules. Daily pain. Daily discomfort. Daily friction. Not as punishment, as practice. Cold showers. Hard workouts. Boring reps. Silence. Whatever you hate most, lean in, because the moment you choose effort over ease, you reclaim your power. Not comfort. Command. Command. Not sedation. Sovereignty. Comfort doesn't mean peace. It means you're asleep. And if you stay asleep long enough, you'll wake up one day and not recognize your own life. Choose pain, or pain will choose you. Now you see it. Your feelings, they weren't guiding you. They were trapping you. You weren't broken. You were believing lies, each one masquerading as truth. Motivation, overthinking, emotional reactions, identity stories, comfort, all of them beautiful cages, polished prisons. But now, the door's open. You've seen through the illusion. You've felt the fire under the surface. And here's the truth. If you want to be free, you can't trust your feelings, you train them. So here's your protocol. 1. Stop asking how you feel. Start asking, what would a disciplined man do right now? 2. Interrupt the loop. Whenever you overthink, react, delay or soften, pause, breathe, act against it. Do one uncomfortable thing every day. Cold shower, hard rep, hard conversation. Make pain your ally. And 4, the final one. Do it all, especially when you don't feel like it. That's when it counts. That's when your new identity is forged. No music, no hype, just law, self-written, self-enforced. Because the man who conquers his feelings conquers his future. He doesn't bow to moods. He doesn't chase comfort. He doesn't delay greatness. He walks into pain, into pressure, into purpose, with silence in his heart and steel in his spine. Comment this now. My feelings aren't facts. I act anyway. Say it, then prove it. And tomorrow, when the lies return, and they will, you'll already know the answer. I don't feel like it. Exactly. That's why I move.